What's up, YouTube? It's Zangetsu Red here. Sorry I haven't made any fight videos lately. That's just been mostly because I live in Cleveland and it was a horrible snowstorm, so I couldn't get out to my locals last Thursday. Anyway, doing a updated version of my Eradicator deck profile. And as you can see, starters Linshu. Linshu is when it boosts something that hits the opponent's Vanguard, counterblast 1, and retire a grade 1 or lower. This thing is like the most busted starter so far to date that we have seen. Mostly because like you can stop their other starters' effects from going off, or you can get rid of a 10k booster, you can get rid of a 10k attacker. It's pretty good. Alright, and starting with our grade 1s, we play 2 Steel-Blooded Eradicator Shuki. He gets +3 whenever something is retired by one of your card effects. Next, we play 2 Ceremonial blah 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 Eradicator Caster. She lets me dig through my deck if my opponent has 2 or less rear guards, which can be at any point in time in the game, so it's not as dead as some people think. You pitch one and you draw one. I mean, it's good and it's bad. Sometimes it gives you that missing piece for your field that you need. Sometimes it gives you a heal trigger in your hand that you needed to drive check. It's a love-hate card. I love it and I hate it. Also, she's a 7k booster. Next up is 2 Eradicator of the Fire. I'm not even gonna butcher that. He's Photon Bomber Wyvern Part 2. 10k booster if your opponent has 3 or more damage. Next, we have 4 Eradicator Demolition Dragon. He's your 10k attacker as long as you have an Eradicator Vanguard. He's great because he's 10k attacker, 10k or 7k booster. Really great. And finally, to round out our grade 1 lineup, 4 Eradicator Wyvern Guard Golds. Couldn't be an Eradicator deck without Eradicator Wyvern Guard Gold. Next, grade 2s. We are doing 4, excuse me, starting to get sick. 4 Eradicator Spark Rain Dragon. 12k attacker. He's an Eradicator. There's a reason why he's $5 on eBay and Alter tries to sell him for close to $10. He's a really great card. Next up, this is where my build differentiates from most other people's. 2 Phoenix Eradicator Cho-Ohs. I'm only running 2. I don't want to run 4 because Cho is good for the turn that he's brought out. And yes, he is quick, but he's only good for that turn. Even if you boost him, there's no scary on-hit effect. That's like, oh crap, I gotta block this. Like, only thing your opponent has to do to play around Cho-Oh to leave it dead in your hand or dead as your Vanguard is not play any front row. It's not too hard to do that. So, in place of 2 more Cho-Ohs, Eradicator Army, Supreme Eradicator Army, you see the guy, is Zuitan. He has an on-hit effect. His on-hit effect doesn't cost any counterblast or anything like that. As soon as he hits, you unflip a counterblast. So you are at 5 damage with with Descendant, and they just perfect guarded you twice. No more counterblast to use. Okay, hit with this guy. Bet you they won't let you do it. Because they will not want to find you counterblasting 1 for anything. Like I said, Descendant's effect. If you're playing Command Sweep, his effect. And then you Soul Charge 1, which would really work. In my opinion, he works a lot better in this Command Sweep deck. But that's another deck for another day. And finally, to round out the grade 2s, 3 Eradicator Thunderboom Dragon. Like I said before, this card's not going anywhere. This is my favorite card in the deck. He's most of the reason why I wanted to run Eradicators. I know there's a Starvader card or a Link Joker card that's like 9k and its effect only works as Vanguard. So if you do a 5k shield, it's a no hit already. So that helps from getting locked and whatnot. We don't want them to do any baby Hueys and pop lock and drop our card with Chaos Breaker Dragon. Anyway, on to grade 3s. We run, for now, because this is still in testing, 4 Eradicator Vowing Sword Dragon. He's your break ride. I think I'm going to take break rides out, or at least run less, because it puts you down a turn slower. And in the old format, yes, cross rides were they needed just the same amount of time as this, but they gave you a permanent benefit of a 13k body. This is, okay, this is one turn and it's a huge ass push. You better have a perfect guard. If not, then I lose. But he's one of the other perfect guard break rides that I actually do like. Right now, the break rides that are currently out in the English meta, the only ones I really like are Ancient Dragon Spino Driver, of course Transcore, and what's another break ride that I actually like? And Gansalot. I think those are the 3 that I actually do like. Of course, I only play Vowing Sword and I only play Transcore, but still. Yeah, that's all I can really say about him. He goes to 13 when your opponent's at 3 damage, and that's pretty much the only thing he gets. He's just a temporary grade 3. Next, I play 2 Gauntlet Buster Dragons. I love riding this guy first. I don't care what anybody says. He is the best thing to break right on top of Vowing Sword, because him and Vowing Sword automatically put him at 24k with an extra crit, so he'll be doing 3 damage. No, he'll be doing 2 damage to your opponent. And then if you just go ahead and use his effect, he'll be at 2700 with 3 crit. So yeah, this guy is kind of all sorts of fun. Like, you can clear out your opponent's field, maybe, or just make the hard choice of sacrifice while you're powering yourself up. So this is definitely the preparatory for the next card, which, if you couldn't tell by now, is the true king, Eradicator Dragonic Descendant. He deserves a close-up. And we'll read his effect together. His flavor text is Sword of Apocalypse. You shall learn what that means the hard way. Anyway, done being a retard right now. It's Limit Break 4, Auto. Counterblast 1 and choose 3 cards with Eradicator in its card name from your hand. Discard them. And at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if this unit did not hit during the battle, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit, and this unit gets +1 critical until the end of turn. This ability cannot be used for the rest of the turn. That's his limit break. Pretty fucking busted, but we need the second set of draw triggers, in my opinion, to make this work better. Anyway, his second ability, which is not his limit break, is Act. Counterblast 2 Eradicator in his name. Cards with Eradicator in his name. So a special Counterblast 2 Eradicators. And then he gets +5k. And then, of course, he has Lord. If there's a unit that's not from the same clan, he can't attack. But yeah. This bad boy right here. Yeah. If you ride him first instead of Gauntlet Buster, or you don't break ride him, it's not going to be a big deal. It's just going to be a little bit harder to win. I don't know what else to say. Like, I just love this card. Like, I'll do my turn with Gauntlet Buster, swing a couple more times, and they're like, oh, where's Descendant? And I'm like, the king is here. So, yeah, and then eventually they'll either enter scoop phase, or they'll tell me that's fierce when I double trigger anything on them after I restood, or they'll just be like no guard, and then I'll hit double trigger anyway, and it'll be one of them be a crit when they're at like 4 damage. When you're when you're facing this card, you're making life decisions. That's how bad this card is. Like I play this card. I hate it. I faced one guy who came down to my locals. His name is Jake. Me and him actually did a mirror match, and I should have recorded that from my last set of uploads. But yeah, Descendant is pretty much busted. This is turning into a Descendant discussion. That's for another video. Anyway, on to my trigger lineup. Of course, we do 4 heals. Let me zoom out a little bit. 4 draws. That's going to change once we get our second set. And then 8 crit. Anyway, this has been Zangetsu Red. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, by the way, to the people that actually did win the prizes, I'm just gonna put this out there. I've been trying to contact, because I only got responses back from 2 people that did win prizes. Only 2 of them responded. I wanted to wait until everybody responded, so they all could get their prizes instead of just going to the post office and sending everything separately different times. I just want to send it all at once. But I do have the hard sleeves still in sleeves for the guy that won the sleeves. And Kevin Don, yes, I know all your Facebook messages and everything like that. I have them. I'm sending you your prize. I'm actually going to send these out tomorrow, because like I said, I'm getting tired of just waiting for the people to show up and tell me, hey, here's my address, you can send me my prize now. So anyway, like I said, Zangetsu Red signing out. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.